This video is going to show an update of a video I did in 2025, specifically looking at what you should do, what I do when first installing Tumbleweed, Slowroll, or openSUSE LEAP. So let me know what you think in the comments below. The very first thing you should do is update Tumbleweed or LEAP. But before you do that, I uncouple Discover from updates. It's simple to do. And the reason I do that is because you can go months and months and months using updates from Discover, and then one day it'll stop working. So I got tired of that, and I uncouple Discover from zypper for updates. Now that that's done, do the sudo zypper up for LEAP, and for Tumbleweed or Slowroll, sudo zypper dup. The difference is dup is a distribution upgrade, which you have to do on Tumbleweed or Slowroll, since Slowroll is the same as Tumbleweed. But LEAP is a fixed platform. It'll stay the same version, so you just want to upgrade it. Unless there's a distribution upgrade for LEAP, then you do dup. New to my list for 2026 is Cockpit. If you use LEAP or Tumbleweed, install Cockpit. It's really easy. Sudo zypper in Cockpit. And then I believe this is options to be installed during install, but on this VM I forgot to do that. Just select option number 1, the deinstallation of BusyBox. You don't need that. Hit 1, install Cockpit, and you're good to go. It's not too many packages, only 20. Cockpit is a replacement, a kind of a replacement for YAST, even though nothing is going to replace YAST. SUSE has now 2 options that will replace part of YAST, and that is Cockpit, and also it's Merlin. Merlin will do updates and software install. And you cannot copy and paste. So what we need to do is enable Cockpit before we can actually use it. Sudo systemctl enable -- now cockpit.socket, and that's created. And you don't have to do the firewall. I usually do not have firewall enabled on my internal PCs, but I'm just going to type this in here so that you can see this. It's just sudo firewall. It's already enabled for Cockpit. And we want to reload the firewall after that is complete. So this is a little bonus tip. I don't think this is an option that I can really dedicate to a number. We got Cockpit installed. A lot of people like to see that Cockpit icon or an icon on their desktop to open the Cockpit application. What you'll have to do is open up Discover, search for Cockpit, and install Cockpit Client. This is just a simple web interface, and you could do just a web browser to open up Cockpit, which is localhost :9090. But this is kind of nice to see an icon, and we'll wait for it to install here. Cockpit is now installed. Cockpit Client, it's not actually Cockpit because that's already installed. Pin it to your taskbar. Makes it a little bit simpler. Or you can just open up the menu bar every time you need to get to it. So it just adds a little icon, makes it simpler to get to. Now let's just open it up. Open up Cockpit, and when it says connect to, that's the local host, not your name, as you can see right there. So just put localhost there, or it can be a remote server also. So just put that remote server IP, hit login. When you first log into Cockpit, you'll notice that it says limited access. So turn on administrative access. It's going to ask you for your root password, of course. Type it in, authenticate, and you don't always have to be in administrative. You could just be in basically read-only mode, but it's going to give you your simple health of the system, usage, system information, configuration, all that good stuff that you need. This isn't the tutorial on Cockpit, so I'm just going to go through this really quick. So you're going to see your overview, your logs, your storage. It's going to show you everything that's going on in your system. Your networking. We'll get back to this, show you some other things. Your accounts. You can add accounts via Cockpit. You can view your services, view your applications. Software updates you can definitely do through this. And what's kind of cool, shows you the history of software updates for the system. And I have done that before. Just go back and view that. And of course your terminal. A lot of people get stepped up on making their printers work. And I don't know if it's openSUSE or other distros also, but open up Cockpit, click on networking. What you can do is disable the firewall. That's what I do on my internal PCs. My laptop, of course, I have firewall on. Or you can change the firewall zone to home. But to do that, you'll have to put a range and put the range of your IPs in there. Pretty simple. Mine's a 192.168.1. Whatever. Forgot the dot in between the 1 and the 0. Or if you have a 10 network, just put your range in there. It's a Class C range. I have like 3 or 4 Class C ranges at my home. You know, got my home network, got the IoT network, got the, I don't know, guest network, and got a server network or play network that I build servers and test videos like this. Yes, pretty simple. You just need to make sure that you make those settings on your firewall so the traffic goes out to the printer. And of course, if you have an HP printer, you're going to want to install HPLIP. So you drop down to the corner of Cockpit, click on Terminal. This is what Cockpit is good for. It's got Terminal built in. So install HPLIP, hplip.hpijs, which is all the drivers for like, I think it's 2,000 printers or something. So this will allow you to actually get into printing jobs. So one thing you should do is do this user mod. This allows you, your user, to see the printing group. Permissions. And then to make the, once you do this, you'll have to log out, log back in to actually have access to the user group. Another little bonus for Cockpit, you'll notice that Cockpit doesn't have a lot of packages added on by default. So it's easy to add packages into Cockpit. You just have to drop down to Terminal, type in sudo zypper search Cockpit. Of course, then put your sudo password. And this is a list of packages that you can add on. You can see on the left, it says I for installed, but SE Linux, repos, subscription, if you had any subscription. Yeah, you should probably do the patterns Cockpit, which is SE Linux, and that helps you not get stopped from running certain add-ons in Cockpit or even Cockpit itself. So that's a quick little bonus if you want to see what other things that Cockpit can do for you. And that's little bonus number 2. So the next thing you should do is OPI. And I suggest OPI because that's the newer way of installing your add-ons. Don't use Packman, and I'll explain that why here in a minute. But OPI, it's actually Open Build Services, OBS, but we know what OBS is. It's the screen recorder. So they call it OPI. I'm assuming that's why they do that. But I always install OPI on everything. I never do Packman anymore. When they released LEAP 16, I had nothing but issues with Packman. Didn't have any issues with OPI, and I've bounced back and forth with Packman and OPI many times. You know, sometimes I just want to do something off of Packman, something real quick, but you can do the same thing off OPI. So sudo zypper in OPI, all lowercase. I got a nasty habit of doing uppercase letters sometimes. So, and you can see here, Packman, it wants to install codecs from Packman. So if you need codecs, still do OPI and let it go. Choose your repo. I choose a 1 hour one. I wish there was one here in the States. If I ever made money on this channel, that's what I do, is make a repo here in the States. I think that would solve a lot of issues with distant repos, but hey, that's me. I don't have the money, so I can't do that. I don't even know what that would cost to start my own repo, but I sure would love to do it. OPI is just the best. And then for a little bonus here, I think I'm going to install MS Fonts via OPI. If you use Microsoft products, especially like Microsoft O365, Teams, any of that, you're going to want to do this. It just makes the presentation just a tad bit better looking, just because those fonts are specific to Microsoft. I know we don't like using Microsoft, but sometimes you just have to. It's the world we live in. So if you see on the screen here, fetching the MSTT fonts, for some reason it took a long time. It's pulling them down for SourceForge. I don't know why, but after a couple minutes, it did finally complete the install. So we'll just wait for this to finish. And what I'm also going to do right now is install it via zypper in, and then just fetch the MSTT fonts. This is the alternate way of installing the fonts. So back in my video in 2025, I discussed how to make zypper faster. I don't do that anymore. It's not worth it. Zypper's fast enough. They've actually increased the speeds for us. So yeah, don't do that. It's not worth it. In openSUSE, Tumbleweed, and LEAP, we have snapshots for system recovery. This is one of the best options you'll see anywhere. It is a snapshot that can roll your system back to the latest, greatest working snapshot. You can do this on Tumbleweed, LEAP. You can do this from YAST in Tumbleweed. On LEAP, you have to do this via command line. First thing I tell my friends is create a snapshot at when you get your system up and running, updated, all your software installed. Just create a new snapshot and give it a name. First install. Can't emphasize this enough. Just do it. And then you can tell the system how many snapshots to keep before those old snapshots go away. Sometimes if I know a critical update is coming for my NVIDIA drivers, since I use DaVinci Resolve, I kind of require to do updates for my NVIDIA card. So sometimes I'll go in there and just create a snapshot, then I'll do the updates. Everything works fine, it's golden. If there's an issue, I will definitely roll back my snapshot to the previous working live snapshot. And you do need ButterFS partition. let's decrease the time it takes for our system to boot. Default bootloader is 8 seconds wait before it starts the boot process. You can decrease this to 1. Open up YAST, bootloader options, change it to 8. So you can do 0, but I would suggest not doing 0. Do 1. That's a better option. The other thing that I do is I turn on double-click behavior. I don't like single-click behavior on KDE. Love KDE. Friends don't let friends use GNOME. Got to remember that. So that's one thing I change is the double-click behavior. I don't like the single-click, so I enable double-click. Really easy to do on KDE. Now, night color. I had tried using this. I ended up turning it off. I don't like the way that night color, works. It doesn't seem to help my eyes at night. So I don't enable night color on KDE at all. I just, go status quo, which is fine with me. Now for installing Chrome or a music player, I install them all via Flatpak. I don't have any reason not to. Flatpak, and it runs and it works. So it installs all the codexes the way that Linux is. The distros don't actually install all the codexes. You have to go hunt for that. If you install via Flatpak, everything's included. Flatpaks are a little bit bigger in size. I don't care. When your hard drive's multi-terabytes in size, I don't think there's an issue with installing a Flatpak that's a little bit bigger. Big whoopee, right? One thing I do for music player is mTalk, and that's a really good music player. It's mTOC, and it's in Flatpak. But I usually have been defaulting to FinAmp since I have a Jellyfin server. I run Jellyfin on my micro OS, no issues, it just works. So that's what I use. If you have any sound issues, install SOF to solve your sound issues. I haven't had a sound issue, but I read a lot on the forums, and there's people that have sound issues. Just install SOF, and that's all you need to get your sound up and running. So if you like this content, please hit like and subscribe. And remember, this is an update to a year-old video that I thought I should do an update to, since I have lots of questions on that video. Thank you again. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next video.